What is up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 2. I am Hero212 Hero, and you're watching All the Mods, One Mod at a Time series, where we look at one mod at a time. Last time we ended up here in our new location, and now we're building onto our house. By the way, that was supposed to go a lot more smooth. I didn't realize we needed to remove one more. So last time we ended up right there at that peak, but I've started building our house a bit. It's going to be our new base for a while. And I'm just putting the finishing touches on the roof here. We will have a second level, but for now, we just need to work on filling in the first level. Just a few more slabs. There we go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just fill this in here so that no mobs can come in and get us, because we've been blown up several times. Yeah, the creepers keep getting us. Alright, let's look at what we're going to do today. Okay, we're back inside. By the way, I just kind of want to show you a little bit of this. Over here, we're going to have our crafting area. On this side, keep it open. We'll keep this open for storage and whatnot and other things. So I think we might put our infusion altar up above here, but we'll see. Okay, anyway, let's get going with what we're going to be looking at two mods. The first one is integrated dynamics. This is going to give us basically an early game storage system. And the second one we're going to look at is mystical agriculture. With it, let's talk about it first. We're going to start a farm with Inferium, and then we're going to create the infusion altar, or as I like to call it, the seed maker. So let me show you that real quick. So in mystical agriculture, you have these seeds. Seeds have different tiers. There's the Inferiums. That's where we're going to start. Inferium level, and then Prudentium, or what I call green, and then orange, because I can't say that word. I don't know if it's tertium or tertium or tertium. Who knows? If you know, let me know what the phonetic way to say this is. I'm going to call it orange, and I'm going to call Imperium blue, and I'm going to call Supremium red, all because I can't pronounce this one. I'm going to call everything else that I can pronounce a different name by its color. So we have light green, dark green, but I will call Inferium Inferium. So anyway, that's the farm we're going to make. Level 1, Level 2, Level 3, Level 4, Level 5. Level 5 is Diamond, and that's kind of what I would love to end today's episode with, Diamond. Okay, so now let's go back over here. Talk about integrated dynamics. The goal is an integrated dynamic storage system. We're going to use create just a little bit. Let's go add create here to our mod list of things that we're not really showcasing today in our episode, but we are going to kind of get into a little bit of it. So our needs, we're going to need lots of mineral, so that comes from the trees. We'll need a drying basin and a squeezer. Those are both integrated dynamic items, and they use mineral. We need pistons, things we have, pistons, paper, mineral berries. These are all items listed. We don't have to go on an adventure, in other words, to find the stuff we're going to need. So the steps to set this up is just really, we'll get the mineral. It drops from the trees, or you can take the wood and squeeze it. That's why we need the squeezer. You squeeze it and you pipe it into a drying basin, and that becomes your mineral. We'll need to do that because then you have to add glass to the liquid, and the liquid turns the glass into some kind of mineral glass. So I'll show you how to do that. We've got all the stuff. It should be kind of quick. And then we'll work with create mod, and we'll make a create vault. The vault is this guy, and it's just made with a barrel and 2 iron plates, and that's why I have here that we need the engineer hammer. Not too tough to get. We have all the stuff for it. So we'll have to make one of those, not forget that step. And then we'll make the storage display, which looks complicated. I mean, look at this. This looks complicated. This is the mineral glass. It's just glass and squeezed mineral, and I'll show you how to do that. All you do is you jump on a squeezer. This is glowstone. We should have some glowstone dust. We may not. That may be the one thing we need. Okay, so I lied. We do have to go to the nether. We'll go to the nether real quick. I'll just do that off camera. Set up our nether. We'll go there. We'll get the glowstone. The other part are things you've never seen, like this variable output transformer. which takes 2 mineral chunks. Those drop from trees. They also come from the squeezer. And these variable cards, which in and of itself looks bad, but you can make 24 with 8 mineral and 1 piece of paper. These are things we already have, so that's nice. So using the variable cards and a piston, you can make the input variable transformer. If it's a sticky piston, it faces to the right. If it's a non-sticky piston, these face to the left. So we need a few of those for each side, and then the display, which is one of those left facing. It's 2 static panels. Again, a left facing mineral berries. They drop from the trees, and redstone. Things we already have pretty much all of, except for the glowstone dust. In my head, I thought we had that. Okay, and then we're gonna make cables, and we've already talked about cables. You know what those look like. Let's jump over here. These are the pipes, and let me show you the cables. So I should have wrote pipes and cables. Integrated Dynamics has this little cable, logic cable, and it sticks redstone and mineral. So like I said, we need lots of mineral. And then we just hook the whole system up to and hope it works. We're hooking up Integrated Dynamics on basically day 5. We could have done this on probably day 3, but there's a few things you need, especially the glowstone. So pretty much the earliest possible that you can get your resources going and then start this. So we'll have a storage system that is huge and can hold a ton. So it's going to be amazing. All right, let's get started. So we are going to start with Mystical Agriculture first because I want to get that farm going. I think, though, with our farm, since we are going to the nether, we will add one more mod in here, and it's going to be the pylons mod. I hope that's what the mod is called. I know the item is called a pylon. Yeah, it's pylons mod. Because why not, since we're already going to be there, why not get some blackstone and some quartz? If we're going to get there, get some glowstone, let's just go ahead and get those things too. So, let's talk about Mystical Agriculture. I tried to kind of clean up my storage here, but I didn't clean up the storage on this side. Alright, anything here that we need? We need that for our sticky piston. I want to kind of grab all this stuff and bring it over. Let's do that at the end. We are making people. These are villagers that we're making using this system, which I think is really kind of cool, to be honest with you. Alright, we'll need this, we'll need that. Can't think anything else. Okay, from what I understand. Oh, by the way, that's mineral berries. Here's our food. Let's get some food and make hose. And I don't know where our Inferium is. Don't see it there. I do see the prosperity. Maybe we just haven't even got any. So I am creating mine down here. Kind of ran into water, which hurt us a bit. But I figured, oh well, we'll just build over here. Whoa, that was not what I wanted to do. There we go. I just wanted to get some coal. Wow, guys, Fortune 4. Look what we got. We got that much coal. All right. Now we can see. What? Let's see. That's crazy. Did you see that? All right, we were pretty much full on our inventory on copper. I feel like let's run back up there since we have so much. Let's get it cooking. We are, I did claim these chunks. I will. Let's go ahead and chunk load. I claimed them because we kept getting blown up by creepers. I do like our area. Okay. Here is another mod we can kind of look at. Iron furnaces. Iron furnaces mod. Basically, you can make your furnaces cook faster. Notice this says iron furnace cook time 160 ticks. So the time every 20 ticks is a second. So 8 seconds to cook. If you go gold, 6 seconds. Diamond, 4 seconds. Emerald, 2 seconds. Obsidian, 1 second. And so you have to actually progress through them. You can't go straight to obsidian. Netherite is like 4 per second, which is kind of cool. So since we got so much copper, let's start smelting it. Sometimes, guys, the game takes you places, even when you're trying to take it places. So, alright, well, we were just finishing up and I came across this. These are tough bricks. Let's find out what's in there. Oh, trial chamber. Wax copper blocks turn into copper. So we now have an endless source of copper. We'll never need to pick any up. I'm not sure I really want to mess around in the trial chamber. It's nice knowing that there's one here. Alright, we're getting ready to get poisoned. Oh yeah, Spidey? Well, how about I just go home? Alright, well, we're back. Now, let's strategize on our Inferium farm while the zombie horde files in. I'm going to go ahead and make a bed so we don't have to mess with zombie horde. Okay, first things first, let's make some seeds. We'll make our farmland. Then we got to go to the nether to get the stuff to make the harvesting pylon. We'll make our seeds. We need Inferium farmland. The easiest way to do that is just make the farmland in your inventory. So you get some dirt and a hoe, and you just, on a crafting table, you can craft up the dirt. Now, we're going to do a 9 by 9 area, so we need -1, the center, so we need 80 farmland. So I'm just going to go ahead and make it and set it and forget it kind of thing. Let's see, that would be 80 right there. Now we want this to be Inferium farmland. We're going to do like this. There we go. Now we have Inferium farmland. It grows at a special rate. All right, let's find out where we want to create our farm. What is going on? Our doors are broken. I want to have easy access to it. So I kind of like to make our farm like right here. Put a door here. Maybe take out these windows. And then we have this be like our back door. I think we actually have a door. We can have our farmland back here. Alright, let me get this set up. We'll put it right here. Okay. Oh no. Broke it. We had our chain going. We didn't mess up. And then we messed up the last two. Well, I do want to show you though. We've got this set now. You can actually just start with regular farmland and click on it to make it Inferium. Or you can hoe farmland and make it Inferium. So either way, any of that works. Okay, so we got our field planted. We need some seeds, so I've come back over to our original spot, get seeds. Let's go ahead and just sleep and make it daytime. Doesn't really matter. We're going to need to find our obsidian, if we have any. We only got 6. We're going to need to get some obsidian. We got to go to the nether. Alright, let's look at making Inferium seed. Inferium seeds, just 8 Inferium surrounding a wheat seed. It looks like we can make 38, so that's what we'll make. I've added water to our field. And let's just fill in like that. There we go. 38, and over time they will grow. They're going to grow slow. We need growth accelerators. What that requires is this recipe. Inferium, we know how to get that. We can just go mine it, or we're going to grow it here. Any kind of special stone, and then the Inferium gemstone, which is a gemstone. A gemstone is made from diamond for prosperity. Do this field. For each accelerator, you can go 9 deep. So for each for each one of these, we make 3. So basically, you need 3 of the light green, 3 dark green, 3 sets of the orange, etc., etc. If we get to orange, if we get 27 blocks down, then it's almost instant growth. So they go so fast at that time. But it makes a huge difference just to get 3 or 4. So that's our goal, is to get this little area here. This 4x4 block, which is 16 with at least 6. So 16 times 6, we need 96 of those. If we make 3 each time, so that means we need to make 32. So we need 32 diamonds and 128 prosperity shard to get a little 4x4 area that will be growing kind of quickly. Once we get that going, then it's going to be exponential from there. So let me get all the stuff ready and make a portal. Let's get into the nether real quick. We're just going to go in, get some glowstone, get some quartz, get out. That's it. In and out. No problem. So I'm not going to pretend, or I am going to pretend like nothing happened. I just scooped up some lava and then I fell right into the lava. So that was not good. Trying to find the best place to get the obsidian, because the problem is, like, there we go. Oh, lots of obsidian. Alright, let's mine up this obsidian. Oh, put our belts and trinkets on. Fell into the lava and I was burning. I got out just in time, but I still ended up burning to death because I couldn't get my bucket poured quick enough. Talk on it. Obsidian keeps falling in. There we go. Alright, let's get home. I should have just used this to make obsidian. Okay, we're just going to put our portal right here, just down below our base. Light this up and run in real quick. Hopefully we get a good spawn and nothing bad happens. Okay, not a bad spawn. Just need to get out of here before we get... Okay, maybe not a great spawn then. I was hoping we could just... There's some. Alright. Need this. We need glowstone. That's it. Another quartz obtained. Yeah, that's all we need. We just need 3. We've already got more than that. Alright, let's go find some glowstone. Alright, do we see any? Plenty of frog lights. Plenty of burning stuff. Plenty of pigs. Probably don't like us. Strider spawner. See what we get in this chest. Obsidian skull. I think that helps us from burning a little bit. Don't need most of that stuff. There's some glowstone. Okay. Need to get over to that. No problem. Make sure we don't kill ourselves by cutting a hole down instead of up. Cheats on us like that. Oh. Blackstone would be nice too. Oh, food. There's a bad guy falling to his death. Alright, where's this glowstone at? I think we went too far. Perfect. Gotta be extra super duper careful. I'm not trying to get all of it, we're just trying to get some of it. Now let's try to get all of it. Nice, we did it. Okay, let's get out of here. Slash home, we are back. Awesome. Easy peasy, right? Alright, so the glowstone is for our other mod. That's for integrated dynamics. But for mystical agriculture, we needed to explore the pylon mod. So let's see. I know that in the pylon, let's look at that. Pylons. Harvesting pylon. We need some polished blackstone. We picked some up. Hay bale, iron bars, and quartz slab. So let's work on the quartz slab. Let's go backwards. Quartz slab first. Here's our quartz. 4 quartz makes a quartz block. 3 quartz blocks make 6 slabs. So those are our slabs. Polished blackstone we also found in the nether. You can make 4. Regular blackstone makes 4 polished blackstone. In order to make iron bars, you just need 6 iron. Same pattern as when you're making glass panes. 6 iron makes 16 iron bars. And then finally, wheat. To make a hay bale, you just need 9 wheat. We could pick those up from our farm. It's basically a block of wheat. So now we should have all the components for the harvesting pylon. We have the harvesting pylon. To make the harvesting pylon work, there needs to be storage chest above it. So we're going to go ahead and make sophisticated storage chest and give it an upgrade. Maybe we'll give it this upgrade, and we'll upgrade to iron. So we'll make one sophisticated storage chest, upgrade it to an iron storage chest, and give it a capacity upgrade of 4. We will also need our iron hose, and from what I understand, if you put the regular iron hoe in the crafting, in any crafting, you can turn it into silent gear hoe that will not break in the harvesting pylon. Not sure if that's true. I know it does lose some of its durability. So what you do is we're going to do a 9x9 area. We're going to put our hose in and turn it on. And it will not work. Notice it's red because we do not have a storage container on top. We'll put our upgrade in there. Basically, when these are ready to grow, they will automatically be harvested and put in this chest. And it's going to go slow until we get those growth accelerators. Let's go ahead and growth accelerate a couple. See what we can make. I don't know. This is not really on my list, I guess. Oh, over here. Farm. Let's call it A1. Growth accelerators. Okay, growth accelerator. So let me get all the components here and get back when I get all that stuff done. Okay, I've got the stuff. The first thing we need is the gem. So we're going to make 14 prosperity gemstones. Then they have to be Inferium gemstones. And then I don't want to use my blackstone, so we can use tough or any other goofy stone. So let's use granite. This stuff away. We really need more Inferium because we really don't have enough. But the growth accelerator, we can make 21. So that's pretty good. To see, it'll take granite, it'll take calcite, it'll take andesite. Tough is the one that I never use in building, so that's the one I like to use if I have it. All right, let's go place some growth accelerators. Let's growth accelerate 3 of them 7 deep. I think that's probably the best way. Let's go on this side because that's where we have stuff planted. Let's do these 3, and let's go 7 deep. Now those should be accelerated. It will grow just a little bit faster than the other. So this is kind of an exponential growth thing. As we get more, we can make more, etc., etc. So as this grows, we can then accelerate more and more of these. Let's go get a little bit more Inferium and finish our accelerators, and then we'll work on this seed maker altar and fusing. For that, we're going to need some gold. So let's get our gold cooking while we wait. With all those blocks we found, I wonder if we can make, because they're wax blocks, right? We're going to be able to make so many hammers. So I wonder if you don't have to actually do anything, if it'll just make the hammer right off. Nope. But that's fine, because what we'll do is we'll take 4, turn them into copper, and then turn them back into copper blocks. Basically get rid of the wax. So like I said, every hammer will double the ore output, and each of the copper hammers can do 64 before they break. Let's go over here. We cooked all that copper. Now we don't need it. Alright, so let me go get some Inferium and be right back. So I figured the best place to find Inferium is in the nether, and I wasn't wrong. So far, been in here just a few minutes. I've got stacks, 2 stacks of warped fungus. There's some more. Kind of easy to find. I think I should hold this in my offhand. But I don't think it has mending on it, so I don't think that's helpful. Nope. Should probably just put it away because it's almost broken. Gotta look down because all of a sudden there will be a hole that goes all the way down to the lava. What is that? Is that vibranium? We haven't even found all the modium. Oh, nice. Some crimson and prosperity. Vibranium. Yeah. Let's negative 1200, negative 338. Okay, so now we know where to find some vibranium once we get all the modium. I think we've got enough. I would just want to get one more, finish off that last stack without dying. We're getting out here on these islands and it's getting a little bit sketchy. Just a tad sketchy. It'd be nice just to find a little piece of it. Tell me this isn't the prettiest biome. If you like pink, take the bone block. It's good. Lots of bone meal. Alright, come on. There's got to be some close. Alright, here it is. Last little bit. Should be it. It's not. That's okay. If there's none in here, we'll just go ahead and keep you home. I think that's some over there. There we go. This will get it. And just because it's right here. Okay, headed back. Thought my game might crash. So you know how we can grow Inferium? You cannot grow or make any seed for prosperity. So it's pretty important that you pick it up every time you see it. Let's use calcite this time in our growth block. Alright, so let's see how good that's done. It's making a difference. Well, we got 43. It's definitely making a difference even though we just can't see it right away. Also, we might add some light. It's dark out there. I don't know if this makes a difference for an Inferium farm, but it does for regular farms. Alright, let's go down in there. Let's do these three here. I don't know if you get a better buff if they're kind of together. I highly doubt it, but just in case. 7. I love how I can hear our nether farm. Let's throw in some lights. Don't want anything spawning over here. There we go. Should start seeing quite a difference. Okay, so that is done. Let's put the Inferium we do have left up on some other stuff. Alright, so for this, we're going to need the altar and 8 pedestals. The altar takes 4 stone, 2 gold, and 1 red wool. We're fine with the red wool. And then every pedestal takes 2 stone, a red wool. So we need 9 red wool. We'll need 18 gold, and we'll need 20 stone. Let's see if we got any stone whatsoever. We do. Need 20 stone. I know we have wool, and to make it red wool, we just got to add red. So we need 9. We just need some red dye. We've got a whole bunch of red roses over here at our other farm. Let's just bring some back with us. There, now we got a whole stack. And if I add that to that, I have 9 red wool. Perfect. Gold, we were just cooking it. We don't need that much. So I think that's it. That's all. I think that's all the recipe is. There was one time when I made 8 altars in 1 pedestal. Got these guys reversed. So there's our altar, and here are our 8 pedestals. I just shift clicked and it made all 8 at one time. Now we can set that up. Let me show you how that, when we set that up, we'll do it up here. So you set your altar down first and it shows you where to put your pedestal. And sometimes you can actually use the pipes mod for this, and sometimes I do because it just kind of makes things a little quicker. But we're not going to. Let's see, we need stick, lever. So it is lever action. So here's how it works. Take your altar and you place a prosperity seed on it, and then you need 4 of the item. So in this case, if we're making unexplored wood seeds, we need 4 of these different woods, and then 4 of the level 2 essence. So we're just going to make regular wood. So we're going to make a regular wood seed. So we just need logs, 4 Inferium, 1 prosperity seed. Prosperity seed is just prosperity and wheat seed. Should be able to make quite a bit of it. Let's just make 8 for. Let's get a chest. Let's have a chest out there. so we can keep all our stuff in it. All right, and then we're gonna make 2 wood seeds and 2 coal seeds. Coal is prudentium, so let's make stay with level 1 and make stones. Okay, so we just need 4 stone. Okay, so we'll make 2 stone, 2 wood, logs. So let's go practice that. See how it works. Got our lever. So this is redstone activated. Put our chest there. Set your seed on there, and then for Inferium in any order. I know in the recipe it shows that they're alternating. They don't need to alternate. And you click, it will turn into the seed, and you just click on it, and it picks it up. Now we got wood seed. Let's make another 4 wood, 4 Inferium, 1 prosperity. Basically, it's like the seed base. Right, now let's do, so if you want, you can alternate it. I'm just going to put it in a random pattern to kind of show you that it really doesn't matter what pattern you use. Just kidding. Oh, hold on. I put too many? Yep. I was going to say, I thought it didn't take a pattern. We put too many Inferium on. There we go. Stone seed acquired. So what this will do is it'll grow stone essence. Yeah, let's put down some torches while I'm doing this. And the stone essence can be turned into cobblestone. And if you have the stone essence and some coal essence, and you put coal in the middle surrounded by stone, you make stone. So these essences kind of can work together. Let's go plant these, and then we'll make the coal. I'll show you how to get level 2, because that is also part of the mystical agriculture. So let's put 1 wood seed in the accelerated area and 1 stone seed as well in the accelerated. Cannot plant prosperity, unfortunately. We are up to 118, so as we keep doing this, as long as we can keep finding diamonds, we should be good. Diamond, by the way, is a level 5. You get some of this, some of this, some of this, and a diamond, and I can't remember all, but I know that you need a crystal. So the infusion crystal is 500 uses, and it can basically take a level 1, 4 level 1s, make 1 level 2. So now we have 1 of those. You can do a whole bunch at once. That's usually how I make them. 4 level 2 will make a level 3. So still not too terribly difficult to get to level 3. However, 4 level 3 make a 4, and we're almost already out. So watch as I take 64 Inferium, turn it into 16 Prudentium, only 4 orange. So 1 stack will only make 1 of level 4. So we need 4 stacks just to make 1 level 5. And so it gets super expensive. So that's why you need your farm getting faster and faster and faster. The beauty of this, though, is that it backs up automatically. So now you can see I've got 19 level 2 and 7 level 3. So let's see what coal we need. I'd like to do quartz. Since we got quartz, let's go ahead and do a quartz seed. And I don't know what level that is. That other quartz seed is level 3. Perfect. We'll do a level 3 because we got 4 of these. 4 of these. Let's do a couple coal seeds. Because coal, not only is it good it works with other things, it also, coal, you can trade it. And then we want to make a dirt seed, which is a level 1. So we are in the seed business today. Let's get our dirt. I just want 1 dirt seed for now. I will want more, believe it or not. You can use dirt and some other stuff to make, let's see, what is the dirt essence? You can make mud, you can make podzol, mushrooms, that's the one that we'll need later. Regular dirt, here it is, sand, that's it. So fire essence. So the essences, let's go to our fire essence. Why is it not showing me the fire agglomerate? I'm clicking on the wrong thing, there it is. There it is. Fire seed is made with gravel, clay, dirt, and a bucket of lava. So then you get this fire essence, and you can make sand with it and all kinds of other stuff. We also have water essence, which is the same thing. Instead of lava, though, it's water. It makes a water agglomerate. All right, so let's get back in our area. We want coal. We'll make coal there. 2, 1 of those. Where did our nether quartz go? Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go make these seeds real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll make more seeds. We'll make coal first. Do 1 more. 2 coal seeds. Now let's do our nether quartz seed. We never need any more nether quartz, so we can make it now. And finally our wood seed. I'm sorry, our dirt. I was thinking wood because wood is one of the most incredible things. When we get 3 essences, I want to show you how much wood it makes. It is crazy. So that's what I was thinking. All right, so we're making seeds. Let's put these guys down here and here and here. We got 15 wood and we got 12 stone already. Even though now those were probably the ones that are accelerated. Wood is crazy. 3 essences make 16 logs, and it's oak or birch or spruce or jungle log. Where's the dark oak? There's mangrove, like cherry, I think somewhere is one of these. Can't remember exactly how to get cherry, but like anyway, so we made 15. That's basically a stack and a half of oak. Meanwhile, 8 essences for stone only makes a half a stack of cobblestone. So kind of crazy. Very awesome though. But yeah, the wood's OP. Like we won't chop down another tree the whole game. Probably. They're just not, unless for some reason we're out questing. All right, let's right now we'll put our essences in this storage. But in the future we're gonna have to go do a different. Okay, so now let's talk about the other side of making seed. You kind of saw it with the water and the fire seed. So you can make seeds with like what's called an agglomerate, basically 3 or 4 things put together. And my favorite one is the nature seed. But it takes this agglomerate. We need 4 potatoes. We need 4 of these agglomerates, by the way. 4 potatoes, 4 pumpkins, 4 cactus, 4 sugarcane. We do not have cactus. There's 4 pumpkins. Where's our mushroom? There's some sugarcane out there. We need to go back and get some mushrooms? Seriously? Anyway, I'm going to go on a little small quest to find cactus. I don't know if I can find it. Let me go on a short quest. If I don't find it, I'll go away for one day. If I don't find it, I'll come right back. Because I know we can just go to the nether to get... I know there's sugar cane over there. And I know we can just go to the nether to get mushroom. Or we can just get mushroom right here. There we go. Yeah. I knew there was mushroom all over the place. Plenty of mushrooms. Just need to see if we've been somewhere where there's cactus. Let's run over to this. I mean, it's a beach, so it doesn't necessarily say cactus. Yeah, there's no cactus over here. There is this stuff. Raspberry, cloudberry, and a kohlrabi. Eat this stuff? Not hungry yet. Let's try the random teleport. See if we can get lucky and get into a desert biome. We got lucky and we got a mineral tree. Imagine if we were looking for that. Let's see where we're at. We're a long ways from home. But again, this is the second time in a row we've spawned near a village. Oh, this is a bad village. What is that? Oh, that's it. Ice and fire dragon mod. Let's go ahead and keep the stuff, even though food there. I'm going to loot this village, alright? And then we might see about RTPing one more time. Doesn't look like we're in anywhere close to a desert biome. You know what, guys? I just realized something. I reached in this chest, and inside the chest I found this bow, and I was like, oh look, that bow of dexterity. And then I realized we never upgraded our difficulty. Oh yes, we did. Okay. That was one of the things we were supposed to do at the end of the first episode, and I thought for a second we hadn't. We are finding some cool stuff. I did find this Fist of Fury. Put that in there. Research it real quick. Sorry about how loud this is. Increases the player's damage dealt by 92%, but enters a 5-second cooldown after each attack. So, that's kind of neat. At least our first hit is going to be hard. Guys, we found it. Look, we found it. The villager hat. This hat is huge to find. Alright, so let's look at this. This is the trading hat. Oh, we don't have enough. Alright, I'm just going to tell you what it does. We'll open it up. It makes trading cheaper. And it starts, I think, around 15 or 20%. But it goes all the way up to like 70 something percent. I don't know. But it makes trading a lot cheaper. Also found this hat, novelty drinking hat. Makes you drink faster. So, and Aqua Walker. It's probably better than Magma Walker, but we'll keep it off. We also found quarried stone. So, but this one, I used to find it everywhere when I used to play, but now it seems harder and harder to find. But we finally found it. This is a good one. When we start trading, you're good. Okay, done enough looting. Let's see if our RTP is ready to go. You can only do it like every 7 or 8 minutes or something. Oh, God. Alright, let's see. This is about as far away from the desert as you can get. It does look like we're next to a village again. Creeper party. Strange village. Wool mittens. I haven't seen these. One experience. Let's see what it does. Collecting snow with empty hand. Gradually hardened snowballs. I don't know. That's not something I'm really interested in. These sometimes have stuff in it. Ice skates. They're cool, so we're gonna take them. That's the only reason. I like how some of the stuff we're finding is kind of something you would find in a winter biome. All right, let's random teleport one more time. All right, here we are. I like the biome. Does not look like any sand ants can go running. Get this. Definitely take the diamonds. We'll just take it all, right? Why not? 24 diamonds. Ton of gold. What don't we need? We probably don't need for sure is the platinum. There's a little house right here. The bed. Let's sleep. Oh gosh. Didn't die. So glad I didn't die. Thanks a lot, Creeper, for blowing up our cool bed. That guy. That was a fail. That was so close. And is it really night again? We just slept. Oh wait. We didn't sleep. We got blowed up, which made us wake up. So it's been a while. Let's see what we've got for seed. Let's see if we can make a diamond seed. Wow, that nether quartz only one through. It's really slow if you don't have the accelerator underneath it. Alright, let's see if we can make a diamond. I don't know if we have enough inferium. Alright, here we go. This makes, oh yeah, this is just, so every 4 inferium make 1 supremium. So see, we're going to get 64, then 16, then 4. So we can make 1 of the supremium. And here's the problem with the diamond seed. We need 4 supremium. It won't grow, by the way, unless it's on supremium land. So we need really 5 supremium. So we got 1 and we got a half. So every 4 stacks is 1. So basically need 14. I mean, total you need 16 stacks. We've got 2. So we need 14 stacks, a little less. So maybe we start looking something like gold, or what would be something we're going to need a lot of. I feel like let's just work on the growth accelerators. Let's spend our diamonds and whatnot. There's some tough. Alright, let's make 16 more. These guys. So make 48 growth accelerators. So we can go down 9 on a couple of these guys. Let's go down the full 9 on these 4. That guy came through. So sorry, man. So 9 times 4 is 36. That gives us 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. And then that still gives us room to do these 4. Nice. So we have 6, 7, we have 10 growth accelerated, fully growth accelerated. So this is going to pick up quite quickly, which is nice. We could do growth accelerators in the green. We could at least come in and make some of these level 3 ground, which has 200% output. Let's do that. We don't need stone right now for really anything. There, if we got 200% output. Alright, so stone essence, check this out. Stone essence, around 1 coal makes just regular stone instead of cobble. I know that the quartz, if I do quartz like this, I make granite. And then there's different functions. Okay, so we spent way too long on mystical agriculture. Let's get set up, and what we really need to focus on is integrated dynamic. Okay, so I'm gathering the stuff we're going to need for the integrated dynamics. And really the start of this mod is really just your mineral trees. Dude, very touchy about where they grow, I guess. There we go. So mineral trees, if you look at the logs, every now and then you'll see one with a little nodule. I can't find any now. Maybe they don't have that part in it. When you break the tree, it drops berries, which are part of some recipes, and crystallized mineral chunk. It's that crystallized mineral chunk that we need. So we're gonna break down some trees until we get a whole bunch of that. I would say we probably need a stack or so. I don't know. I haven't really done the math on it. So be right back when I get about a stack. Okay, this is going pretty slow. So I've been breaking trees for about 15 minutes now, and all I've got to show are a ton of logs, but only 29 mineral with all those logs. Each one of these probably represents 2 trees. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 trees, 29 logs, a bunch of berries, a bunch of saplings. So let me show you how to speed this up. We are going to make a squeezer. We're going to make a regular squeezer out of, we need a block of iron, a couple of planks, and just iron and sticks. So let's go get our iron. Let's also get our item pipe and our pipe wrench because we're going to need that. Alright, we'll start with the squeezer plank. What if we can just use mineral planks? Okay, we can. Then we also want the drying basin. This takes 2 black dye, so go out and kill a squid. I had killed a squid earlier. So 4 logs, couple of iron, and 2 black dye. Kill a squid. Squid ink turns automatically into black dye in a crafting table. Okay, so now we're going to set this up. Set this guy here. Let's see if we can squeeze. I don't know if we can jump. We have to jump on this. So we put the log in, then we jump on it. Oh, that's an item pipe. We need a fluid pipe. Alright, so fluid pipe takes 2 buckets, empty buckets. And what else? I think redstone. I always got to look at the pipes mod. 2 buckets, redstone, and iron. Okay, simple. Alright, so fluid pipe. Because, duh, we're piping out of fluid. Alright, there we go. So from what I have kind of noticed, every time you do this, you got to break this and put it down. So for me, it doesn't automate very well. I put a block in, jump on it, it squeezes, it fills up. It'll dry, because after all, it's a drying basin. And we have a block of mineral, which turned into 9 mineral. Now, one of the recipes calls for glass. So let's see if we've got any glass. In this case, we're going to put our log in, jump on it. When that fills up with liquid, we're going to throw glass in there with it. So this is going to make the mineral glass that we need. I'm going to make about 4 of these. I'm not exactly sure how many we need. Probably not 4. And again, I wish I knew how to start that back so we don't have to like break it every time. But you don't need much of this. I'm checking to see if you can put the glass in first. Yeah, looks like it. Glass in first, glass in second. Get some more mineral. Now squeezing. There we go. Alright, let's see if that's good enough. So we know we need to make variable outputs. Take these card things. To do that, we need paper surrounded by mineral. That makes 24. Let's see if we can get away with just 24. Thought I had a piston. Oh. Got our pistons in here. Alright, so we're making the left facing. We'll make 8 of those. We just have enough for 4 of the right facing. Trying to make this terminal. Let's go ahead and get our glowstone. Put our pipes away for now. So we got this, we've got that, we've got the glass. Let's make this thing. So we need 2 static displays. We need some redstone. 2 static. Okay, we got it. 2 static displays done. Now let's make this display panel. And the terminal There we go, we made the terminal. So now we got terminal, and we now need a cable. We need integrated dynamics cable. There's the logic cable. We only need 3. And then the last thing we need is the storage bus. These little things. So we need the item interface. That's this guy. And it just so turns out you can make that like this. It gives you 4 of them. I want to make sure that's right. Item importer, no. Exporter, no. There's no storage interface, right? Okay, item interface it is. Cheap anyway, even if we wasted materials. Those are the 3 things we need. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make some item vaults from Create Mod. Because this is what we're going to use. The item vaults are very big and they hold a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and make this. To make it, really the only thing I just need that hammer, which is made with sticks, string, and iron. Stick, string, and iron make the engineer's hammer. And from the engineer's hammer, I can make iron plates. And I need a lot. So I'll make as many plates as possible. Stick, string. Did I only grab 1 string? Stick, string, and an iron. And then iron plates. So iron plates surrounding a barrel, it makes a vault. Let's go back here. Let's take our wood because we're going to make a bunch of barrels. Put this stuff away as much as possible. And so what I want is I want 81 barrels. I want 81 vault parts. So we're going to try to make that. Barrel's not hard to make. Planks and slab. Planks, plank, slab. So there's 48. So 48 makes 40. It's 1 to 1. Planks and slabs. That's all you need. All right, how many is that? 80 something? Okay, you ready? Here it is. This is going to be magical. Clean out our inventory. Let's actually grab a few items here and there, some hither thither, that we can actually put in our storage once you see what happens. All right, we're going to put our storage vault right here. If you've never used Create Mod, I want the storage vault right underneath our building. I'll be right back. I'm going to dig a hole and I'll show you what I want. Okay, I've made my hole. I don't know if this is what I'll end up with, but in the Create Mod, you can have multi-block structures, and this is one of them. That is a 3x3 vault, and each one holds like almost 100,000 items. We're going to be able to access this vault. There, that's one big vault. Our vault is going to have a storage bus, cable, 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 and then when I stick this on top of it, it's going to interface with that vault. And I can say, I want this to be the crafting interface. Smaller probably. And I can put everything in there. It's going to hold 160,000 items. That's integrated dynamics. So very fast, very quick. We now can take all of this junk and put it in here. We can still store if we want other ways, but we don't have to. So let me get everything in there and then I'll show you a couple reasons why this is so awesome. Okay, I have moved everything into here. We have about 12,000 items. We can store, let's sort by number of items. We have 811 Inferium, 978 Cobble. And so pretty much all the stuff we have. We're so early game that we really don't have a lot. But a couple of things we can do is, like with our mystical agriculture stuff. The reason I like these 2 mods together, and I like to early game get this, work it with Create, because Create, I mean, you can't get into that storage. So the reason I like that is because you can see what's in it, but there's no access out here. So it kind of, I don't know, it kind of feels like a big storage tank. Whereas this, you could open it up and you can get like this. But here's the thing, we can craft from here. So I can put 1 block in here and then just click on this. Let's get it JEI. Let's set it to auto refill. Instead of giving me 1 now, it should give me a whole stack every time I hit that. And that's going to really help out when we start having a lot of Inferium. It's not just 800, but it's like 8,000. So every time we click this, it'll just make the next level. So we don't have to fill our crafting grid over and over and over. If you've ever done that, especially early game, you know how much of a pain in the butt that is. So we're now at 3 Supremium. You can see how it says Supremium Essence Quantity 3. So again, we need 5. That's where we're at. Also, this works with JEI, so when I search something in here, let's say I want to make some more integrated dynamic cables, and click that, I can click this and it moves. I don't have to go searching for the inventory and grabbing this and grabbing that out of my different, all of it's right here. No grabbing stuff from here and there out of different storages in different places. It's all in one place. Alright, let me get, I guess I put my pickaxe in there too. My pickaxe, break that, break that. I think what I want to do is I want to bring it up right here. So we need that storage. We'll put that there, put that there, there we go. That way right here is our crafting. I like it just right here all by all this other stuff. We'll fix this maybe, maybe we won't. Anyway, if you click on this crafting table, it gives you crafting. Otherwise, you're just looking at the item. I kind of like the big giant grid where it shows all of it. I do like to sort by number because in my head I kind of get an idea of how much I have. But anyway, there we go. Let's see what all we've done today. Today we looked at the integrated dynamic. The ultimate goal was the integrated dynamic storage system with a bit of create, which is what we've made out here. We had pistons and papers and mineral berries, and we got the mineral. We made the squeezer, we made the basin, the pistons, we made the create vault, and the engineer's hammer. Then we put it all together, made the cables, and hooked up the system. Before that, we built our mystical agriculture farm. We spent a lot more time on mystical agriculture than we did on integrated dynamic. We have about 12 of these guys who are fully level 1 accelerated, but the real acceleration doesn't happen until level 3. That's when you really start seeing things flying. So remember, we just had 811. We made 3 Supremium. When I made that, I just pulled out everything, and we're already up to 158. So this is going quickly. And like I said, it grows exponentially. We need that diamond. We need the diamond seed. So we need 2 more Supremium. We'll get our diamond seed. Anyway, we did that, and we learned all about it. So we also used the pipes mod, a little bit of create, and the pylons mod, and iron furnaces. So those are all the mods that we looked at and we worked with today. If you're enjoying this approach and the series, then please consider hitting like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Next time, we're going to make a mob farm. We're going to start working with mob grinding utility. So now that we've got some good stuff, and now that we're starting to really hit our stride, we'll level up one more time, I think, and we'll look into all this stuff in mob grinding utilities, and we'll make a mob farm like nothing you may have ever seen. It's not going to be crazy, but it's going to be small and powerful, and that's the key. And so we'll make a small yet powerful mob farm that will include cave creepers. Cave creepers they drop diamond and emerald and gold and iron. So they also drop stone and gunpowder. So we'll be trying to find a spawner and a cave creeper and put those 2 things together and make a cave creeper spawner so that we can start farming those things. Anyway, it is nighttime here, and it's nighttime RL, so I'm going to go to bed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm Hero212 Hero, and I am out. Hey, just a quick note. I want to show one more mod, just a little bit of it. I was thinking about how to fix this window, so I'm going to add one mod to our list here, and it's Macaw's Windows mod. Macaw's is all kind of furniture, but this we're specifically looking at Macaw's windows. We're going to make spruce plank windows. Luckily, we have our crafting grid. It's not going to be very hard. We don't have any of these, but so to make the double, triple pane window, you just shift click on the button, and let's make 16 of these windows, and then make a bunch of these. We need at least 8 of these. There we go. We have an 8 pane window. How big is this thing? Is it huge? No. Oh, there's just 8 of them. There we go. That looks a little better. So anyway, that's Macaw's. Alright, we'll see you next time. I do want to show you one more thing that you can do with the integrated dynamics drying basin. There's a couple things you can do, all kinds of blood stuff. But if you set up this, you can set up a chest, item pipe to suck out of the chest into the drying basin. And that, by the way, works. So a drying basin can dry rotten flesh and turn it into leather. So you can kind of do this pseudo sort of automated process. You can also pull out into another chest. I seem to have trouble with this because it will pull a lot of your rotten flesh through. Now eventually you will get a second or third leather. Like it will make leather, but it just seems to pull all my rotten flesh through instead of working right. So there's something janky. It might just be my game, but I've had this work before where it pulls. See how it made one leather, but it pretty much pulled all of the rotten flesh through. So if you're having a hard time finding leather, well, this is one way you can make it, and it's part of the integrated dynamic.